Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we're picking up right where we left off with the stream last week with the Cerberus on its way back to Kerbin. Actually, more specifically, maybe I should set this as a target, is we are trying to rendezvous with Mun Station here. But before we do that, I do want to do some aerobraking and lower my altitude down a little bit and try to bring down my encounter speed with Kerbin, trying to make that rendezvous as efficient as I can. And the main purpose behind this is, well, if we look over here, we got three where'd that come from? Rescue contracts to rescue Cabot, to rescue Taborn, and to rescue MP offshore, all rescued from different places. Taborn, I believe, was in high orbit about Kerbin. Cabot, I believe, was in orbit of the moon. And MP offshore was on the surface of the moon. Don't quote me on that. I might have gotten them mixed up a little bit. But either way, there was one of each of those. And they are sitting right here along with our pilot, Deluxe Kerbin. But in order for these contracts to be completed, I got to get them down to the surface. And this vehicle cannot land on the surface. It's got no parachutes, got no heat shields, got no nothing. So I got to get this to Kerbin Station where there's a vehicle to take these folks home. I also have a contract to build a new orbital station about the moon. I have pretty much all the components, including this 4,000 units of liquid fuel on the station. But I kind of borked up a little bit when it came to the seats. It must have at least 11 Kerbals, and that means sending up a couple of new vessels on its way up to the station to bring the total number of seats to 11. And to help facilitate that, I have the Kertrepid, which is on its way to the moon. I got an alarm set up here. Maybe we can actually, it should be a lander. There it is. There's the Kertrepid on its way out to the moon. It has a correction burn to do in about an hour and 18 minutes to help facilitate its rendezvous with Mun Station, that's in orbit about the moon. And in orbit around Kerbin and Kerbin Station, we have a sister craft to the Cerberus, the Cerberus 2, an identical craft to this one. That is a brand new vessel, so when that gets out to the moon with a fresh new moon crew, that should hopefully satisfy this contract. And then after that, there's really nothing to stop me from doing a bunch of moon landings and hopefully start bringing in the science. It's been a long time since I've actually done any science at all in this game. So, yeah. And by the way, this is my hardcore series. I called it that because I am playing on hard mode, which amongst other things means I cannot revert, I cannot quick save, or any of that kind of stuff. So if things go wrong, early in this series, for instance, Jebediah came to a sticky end. Things go wrong and I have to kind of go with it. As well, I did the further masochistic thing of reducing the science down from 60%, where it normally is in hard mode, down to 30%. So my science gain rates very, very low. Okay, so with all of that said, and by the way, for those people new to the series, this is essentially a stock game. All the something happened. Shoot. Oh dear. Are we back now? I'm just doing something with the camera so I can see if this is moving. Oh, I guess I meant to say, am I back? Are people seeing an image? Are hearing fine? Is there an image going back and forth? I'm not quite sure what happened. All of a sudden, I just got a great big error message. But is our image dynamic? You never went away. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to ignore it. I got a great big error message, and I saw some things going on in the chat. Okay, everything's great. I don't know what the error message is about. Okay, let's continue. So people were hearing me, so let's get all this preamble out of the way. We need to get these folks down to Kerbin Station, and that means that we have to do another aerobraking pass. So let's get that out of the way right now. Everything is fine. So was it never bad? That's weird. I had this message in the screen, like a big red message, and I was seeing nothing in the actual stream. Oh well. Don't know. Okay, we are aerobraking. Oh, shoot, we're already in the atmosphere. See, I've been kerfuzzled now. That's an official term. I've been kerfuzzled. There we go. So putting it on the retrograde vector. Rolling it so it's right side up for no reason at all. Okay. Nope. Takes a lot for me to drop down a curse. Though it's happened. It has happened on occasion. Okay, I'm going to put this up to 2 times speed. Try and get through this a little quicker. We're about 1 minute away from our perigee, or our periapsis. Off the air, I actually curse quite a bit, but 30 plus years as a high school teacher has taught me to temper it. Okay, let's get this going. I'm really hoping to get some moon landings in. I mean, all the vessels we need are in orbit right now, so I'm really hoping. Noticing, like, it's only less than 20 minutes now to have to do a burn for the Kertrepid. Now, I'm pretty sure after this aerobraking pass that, if I look at this, yeah, after this pass, we're coming out. There's a lot of debris. Let's get rid of stuff. It's too much stuff. We're coming out, and then the next time we're going to be impacting the surface, which I clearly don't want to do. So we'll be adjusting our orbit here. Well, actually, now I'm looking. No, this is our orbit here. Our next pass is actually good. No, what am I talking about? I think our next pass is a good one. Okay, let's do that down. What's our altitude? Almost out of here. Okay. Put this back onto the normal vector. Deploy our antennas again. Yeah, no, it looks like our next pass, it won't be as low as this. Because if I close all the doors and antennas and stuff, there's our predicted orbit. And I rather like that. A little bit higher, and then we'll facilitate. So I'm going to go do one more pass. So let's get that. Let's set up an alarm, and I'm going to try and set this up proper like. So create an alarm. Oh, that's why I had... Get that HUD out of there. This is going to be an alarm for periapsis. Give me about 5 minutes warning. There's no switch to say... No, so that should be good. So we got an alarm coming up in 50 minutes. That feels about right, but in the meantime, we have to do this here, so we should be able to switch to our other vessel. Oh, well, welcome aboard there, Malaktak, and thank you very much for joining as a general rocketeer. Okay, so this is my lander, the Kertrepid, and it is about 20 minutes away from a correction burn, because right now, if I focus this view on the moon, and again, I got a lot of extra stuff, so let's just turn that all off. There we go. Right now, its trajectory is hitting the moon, so we want to turn it into this trajectory so we can facilitate a rendezvous with Mun Station up here. There's no crew aboard this. Now, in the comments, in the YouTube comments, I did get a few rightful criticisms of this spacecraft. People expressed a few concerns. One thing about the concern was the general tallness. Now, one thing to be aware of is everything from here down will disappear. So it's not as tall as it looks. This is just responsible for getting it to the moon. The other thing that people expressed were that I mistakenly forgot to take the ablator off of this, and this is never going to go through an atmosphere, so the ablator is completely unnecessary, so that's extra weight for no reason that I can't do anything about. And another thing that people were talking about is that I did hide a tiny little Oscar B fuel tank. I wonder if I can find it now. Oh, there it is. I did hide it in there. See, it is findable. A little Oscar B fuel tank just to give it a little bit more delta V. And other than, there are always people that complain when you do too much clipping, but also people were saying that's going to be a lot of fun to find when you refuel this, because refueling this is definitely going to be a part of the mission. I want to use this lander over and over and over again. Well, I'm very glad, Fluffy Wolf, that you did find me and were able to see this live. And Malik Tech, yeah, I'm very glad that the tutorials are helping you out. Never figured out you stream. Yeah, I've been streaming pretty regularly, twice a week for quite a while. Anyway, let's get myself to this burn here. Well, I'm noticing that the burn time's only 1 second, so we're going to bring the thrust limiter down a little bit. There we go. It feels a little better. Okay, we'll get out there. There's the moon coming up to us. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, that's just the alarm for the Kertrepid that I haven't gotten rid of yet. Get rid of that alarm. Yeah, delete that one. Okay, we still got 33 minutes before our crew in the Cerberus is going to go through the atmosphere. We most certainly want to be there for that. Bacteriophage. Yeah. And I'm thinking, you know, and I never do this, but what I really like, if I wanted to get more fuel on this thing, I should have just put things like, for instance, those baguette cans on the side of this fuel can, and then that would also have pushed the landing gear out, which would have given it a wider stance. That would have been probably a smart thing to do. I don't know. I'm always thinking about what it's going to look like on top of a rocket stack, so I never end up doing those kind of things. Okay. In the meantime, we got a burn to do. We'll see how it does. If it falls over, obviously, we're going to have ourselves a problem. Remember, no quick saving in this game. My probe cores are still very primitive, so I don't even have the ability to lock to prograde and retrograde yet if there's no pilots about. Okay, put that on the maneuver node. We'll look at this from here, and we'll just start our burn. The timing of this is not crucial. We'll just take our time. Okay, can I click just on that? Well, you know what? I can just do this from get the sun out of my face. I can do this just by looking at it. That looks pretty good. Right there. So we're going to be there in about 5 hours. Okay, so in the meantime, actually I can leave it, I think, just the way it is. I think it's perfectly fine. Let's set up an alarm. Alarm clock is a great feature when you have multiple things going at the same time. Not as good as the Kerbal alarm clock mod, even though it is designed by the same person, but the mod is still better. I am talking about the SOI change. Give myself 5 minutes warning. Always default that to 5 minutes. Make sure there's no click the vessel toggle option. Yep. Okay, and add that alarm. Okay, so there, that's happening in 3 hours, so we got to get back to here. Okay. Do you have any websites to recommend? Holiday the Great's asking for some physics and calculus. Not. The only ones I've ever seen are never really a course. They're more just like teaching little things, you know, kind of like the Khan Academy type of thing, or Khan Academy type of thing. So I'm not really sure what to recommend for actually learning calculus and physics, like in an academic sort of way. I mean, there's tons of awesome physics channels and there's tons of awesome math channels, but they're much more recreational in their nature. So I'm sorry, I'm not quite, and then again, I've not really done a lot of look for those kind of things either, so I'm not quite sure what to recommend. Oh, that's just that alarm again. Okay, Aerobrake pass. I don't know, I think this might be number 4. Yeah, I wish I had something just off the tip of my tongue, but I just really don't. Not for what I think you're looking for. Stow everything away. All right. So when we come out of this one, we should have a pretty low... Why does this all turn on every time? There. That should be our predicted orbit, according to Trajectories. And then I think I'm done with all the aerobraking stuff. Oh, you heard the cat, did you? I have my door shut and the cat's on the other side. He's a very vocal cat. He complains a lot. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that there is good open, like... Yeah, I've just not investigated it myself. Alright, coming in here about 30 seconds from our periapsis. I want to get these folks down. Get up a new crew. One thing I got to remember too is that that station contract requires 2 pilots to be aboard the station at the same time. So I got 2 pilots here, but I got to remember to bring back 2 pilots. It looks like a sad dog's snout. Yeah. Oh, just this capsule. It does have a bit of personality, this capsule. Like, I rather like it, but with this that does have, I think I'm seeing it now. It's got sad eyes, for sure. This is a great little 2-person capsule. It comes, though, it's not, you have to get the, what is it? It's the Making History DLC that throws you this one. But it's great having a 2-crewed capsule, which is what this is. Clearly modeled or inspired by the Gemini spacecraft. All right, we are just about out. Boom, there we go. And I'm thinking now, oops, that's the wrong button. I definitely, yeah. So if we did this again, we're crashing. Don't want to crash. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out here. We're going to put a maneuver. And we're just going to push up our periapsis. And we just want it to contact a little bit of a plane difference. Shoot, I should have fixed that. Oh well, we'll deal. Stinkers. Okay, we might have to fix that plane difference, but I'm just noticing we have a 3 point... I should have fixed that while our orbit was still really high. Just slipped my mind, so to speak. So we'll have to fix the little plane difference that we see here. Or we go for the rendezvous here. Maybe. Might do that. Let's try that. Rather than fixing it. We go for our rendezvous right at that AN. That's where the orbits cross anyway. As long as we're not... How low is our periapsis? It's 90 kilometers, so as long as that's out of the atmosphere, this is safe. Yeah, do things a little different. You got to do things different every once in a while. So we're going to go for right here for our rendezvous, but first of all... If you can get that little purple encounter indicator in the AN right on the same spot, then you got that. That's a teeny tiny, itsy bitsy, weeny weeny little burn coming up in 13 minutes. We got time for that, so let's do it. This is nothing but pro grade. Oh, we have nuclear and space education. So this is where I learn all my bad habits that come to bite me in the butt when I play re-entry. I should mention as well, when it comes to re-entry, if people are following my Thursday streams, Thursdays I like to do something that's just not KSP. So I've gone through the campaign mode, I suppose is what you would call it, for re-entry, which is a space flight simulator, modding the Gemini, the Mercury, and the Apollo spacecrafts. Actually, I probably should really pay attention to what I'm doing here, as we're only a few seconds away from our burn. Pretty good. Gonna use my, again, I think that looks all right. I'll use a little RCS here. I think so. Okay, so what we want to do is get ourselves, I was talking about re-entry. Why don't I finish that thought? So re-entry I do on Thursday. It's a space flight simulator, Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo. I've worked through the Gemini campaign on those streams. I've worked through the Mercury campaign before that on these streams, and now I'm up to the Apollo. Apollo is an intimidating spacecraft, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to I can get these words out. I'm going to take a little bit of time off from re-entry, learn the Apollo spacecraft so I can approach it with some competence when I take on the Apollo campaign. And in the interim, I'm going to go back to Icarus, which is a game I don't think I gave a fair enough shift last time. I only played it for a little bit, and I would like to play it some more. So what we're doing, okay, is I'm going to put this maneuver out here somewhere, and we're just going to see, you can see right now we're not going to come anywhere close to an encounter, so I'm going to pop ahead some orbits and see on which orbit are we going to get close. And there we are here. After a few orbits, we're very close. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a burn right here at the AN, and we're going to give it a little bit of retrograde, like so. And try and get that encounter distance nice and low. I see 0.6 kilometers. It's pretty darn low. Now, the encounter speed is very high, and a lot of that had to do with there's a bit of a radial component. I don't like this large radial component. It's because I'm not meeting at the periapsis. I'm crossing the orbit, but I can take care of that now, I think, by just, let's deal with the radial now. So I can see from this that I need to pull this way, so that's radially in. So I'm going to give this probably a fair chunk of radial. I knew as soon as I said I was doing this that this was going to make this more expensive, but in doing this, I should be, and I can see that I should be bringing down that encounter speed. In fact, what I probably should do is do it till I get that PE over here. Now, I probably can also, I have to keep adjusting prograde, radially in. I'm thinking if I can get, I'll get this. If I can get that PE to there, but this should be bringing down that encounter speed. It is. And by combining these two burns, I should be saving myself a little bit. So like that. Bring that PE right to where those encounter indicators are. Again, a bit off on the retrograde again. That's looking all right. Let's turn the scale down, see if we can fine tune this. So I see, 0.3 kilometers. I'm more than happy with that. So I got this, 212 meter per second burn. Larger than I like, but I got a lot of fuel. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. I'm not sure if I'm doing this in the most efficient way or not, but I'm going to go for it. Oh, that's a 23-second burn. Oh, my goodness. And that's coming up in 20 minutes. Still got time, so let's do it. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm doing this the best way. The better way would have been to probably zero out the inclination difference. I'm not sure that radial thing I just added really helped me or not. But I'm committed to it now. Okay, where is that? This is going to be a combination of retrograde. It is a lot of radial in. There's a lot of radial in going on here. That's okay. The best thing would have been done is when I had a really large elliptical orbit to zero out the inclination as far away from Kerbin as I could. That would have been the cheapest option, but that ship had sailed a long time ago. I forgot to do it. All right. Oh, I like this. I like this. I love burns like this. It's worth it, even if this isn't the most efficient thing to be doing. I don't care. I just like this look of just burning straight down to the planet. This is like in a science fiction movie. Whenever they leave orbit and go down, they always go point to the planet. You're like, that's not what you do. We have no intention of going down. Burn. Like, just feels like I'm going down to the surface really fast, but I'm of course not. But it feels like I am. Okay, so the idea here is just to do this burn as accurately as I can. Trying to stay on with that maneuver indicator thing. Okay, just finish it off. Come on. There. Oh, I might have overcooked it just a bit, so I'm gonna... I don't know if that did anything, but... Alright, what do we got? What do we got? We got... 0.3 kilometers coming up. Oh, that's working pretty good. Okay, so to this maneuver... Oh, wait. Get rid of this. There we go. That's in 1 hour and 26 minutes. Okay, and we're still 2 hours and 20 minutes away there, so we're good. So you can see how this is going to work now. Going around a couple times. One. Nope, still not meeting with it yet. We're going to meet with it on the next orbit. This maneuver here is not doing anything. It's just a dummy. It was just a placeholder forcing those to be there. And now we should be rendezvousing with the station, and we got, what? 165 meter per second separation. Trying to do the hover slam with the station? No, I don't do that. I'm a slow and cautious approacher to my rendezvous. I don't come in and do the hover slam. I can put this onto our encounter indicators. Okay, so we're a few minutes away. This is switched to target. Let's find out where our station is. I do not see a waypoint down there, so that's an F4. There it is. There's our station. Okay. Oh, it's 3 kilometers still? How's our separation through? Okay, I guess it is. I guess I didn't do a very good job. Okay. Let's try and reduce this distance here. Glad I stopped a little early. This needs to go more this way if I'm not mistaken. There we go. So I'll keep burning in this direction as long as I see this distance going down. 2 kilometer separation. I should have did a little fine tweak burn, but it's okay. 500 meters, 400 meters, 300 meters, starting to go back up, so I'm stopping. Yeah, should have done a little tweaking on that when I got to that periapsis for the penultimate time before this encounter, that's where it would have been a good place to do a little tweaking, but I didn't because I just forgot. We're okay. Now, I don't even know what the state of my station is, really. Do I need to still push it up this way? Nope, nope, that's a mistake. This way, yeah. How far are we? 8 kilometers still away. I should, here, let's burn a little hard. I want to push this time 2 up. Hovering now at 54 seconds. I like that. Oops, just realized I was burning too far that direction. I can probably just lock to retrograde right now. There, I'm just going to watch this time too. Let myself get a little closer. Okay, a little burn here. See if I can keep this time relatively constant or increasing a little bit. Then I know I won't end up messing it up. If you keep an eye, if all of a sudden you see this time going up quickly, that's when you cut your burn. Stop, let yourself get closer. That's how people get themselves into the situation where they overdo it and then they end up very far from their target. And I just noticed it was increasing a lot, so I stopped. And this is what in re-entry, this whole like adjust my course, do a little burn in this direction, adjust my, a little burn this way. This is the habit I got into in KSP that just kills you if you try and do a rendezvous in re-entry. It's a bad idea. And I didn't even realize, I was just doing it, I think, without even thinking I was doing it. Just that muscle, that KSP muscle memory. Oh, we can get her. We've done a good job of reducing. I have no idea what's at this station now. I lose track every week. Do I have Kerbals there? There's a lot of ships. I don't even know if I have a free docking port. I see 1, 2 ships that can go down to the surface, and there's my other Cerberus. Let's actually investigate what's going on over there. I don't even think I have it. Oh, I do. I have a docking port here. So this is my 1 free docking port. So that's going to be what we're aiming for, whether we're pointing at it or not. Set that as a target. It's on the other side. Isn't that special? Okay. Let's whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to put this on orbit and orbit view. Whoa, whoa, whoa. V. There we go. That's what I wanted. So now I can see, I want to come below. I got to push this way. So I come below the station. Let's shut down this engine. And control this from here. Yeah, I think I'm on a good tack here. Now, a fun trick. We'll see if this works. If you go here, control from this docking port. I know there's the mat loan thing. Look at this and see I'm on 90 degrees and 10 degrees, negative 12 degrees. Go back to this, put you on 90 degrees and the opposite pitch. So about positive 12. And I'm lying. Oh, the opposite though would be 180 degrees. Or 270 degrees. There we go. The opposite heading. 270 plus about 12. That should have the docking ports lined up. Should. In theory. Okay, but I am moving rather quickly, so let's knock that off. And down. And forward. Oh, now I can see the prograde vector. Okay. I can see the target icon on the nav ball. It's right up here. So I should be moving in more or less the right way. Let's... Okay, wait. If I go this way, I can see what I'm doing. That's not the right way. That's the right way. There we go. Oh, I should turn... If you turn... Oh, I'm learning things, remembering. If I turn this so that north is up, now it matches. What a concept. I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be. And we'll get ready to toggle this torque. Keep the station from getting all wobbly. Being told my techniques are neither wrong nor bad. It's just what works. I'm sure a better pilot could, you know, it takes practice. See, from here on it's easy because I can just look at the nav ball. Look forward, just keep that prograde vector just a little bit past the target icon and you're heading the right way. I see I'm getting the magically spawning parachute there. Whoa. Blink. There we go. Targeted. Toggle torque. Now, who is aboard this frickin' station? I think I got a bazillion people here. Okay, no, so no matter how I shake it, let's start working this out. Oh, I can shut down this engine. That's the activate engine. Which one did I just come in with? Isn't that what I just docked with? Oh, no, I didn't. This is active. Shut down engine. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, so what I need to do is grab one of these Gemini vehicles, and I need to transfer all of my people that need to be rescued. So let's get that going first. So that includes Cabot. That's job one. Transfer Cabot into here. Okay, and transfer to Bourne. Yes, you need to go into here. Now, only 3 people fit into this. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. So I guess the other person's going to be MP offshore, and then we're going to take them down. So... I'm not sure how much thought I put into this. Okay, so 3 people fit into one of those. That's now full. I also got to send the Cerberus 2 out towards Mun Station. So for that, let's disconnect this first. One thing at a time. There's fuel aboard. I should have... Let's just leave. I'm sure it's fine. Let's just leave. Undock. TR. Okay, back away. There's just so many Kerbals here, I'm starting to get them mixed up. So at Mun Station, I need to have 2 pilots. So do I have 2 pilots here? I do! I do! So I'm just going to steal who's here. So that's going to include Valentina, who's probably down here somewhere. Nope, that's Lemmet. Wherever Valentina is. Oh, is Valentina... Are there people already in here? Oh, Valentina's already there. Bill's there. Okay, I'm counting that. And... Dr. Jekyll is a scientist. So actually, all I need to do is take my other pilot, who is Deluxe. I think this is working. And transfer Deluxe to here. So now up here, I have... I think Lemmet is the poor schlump who's stuck on this station seemingly forever. So Bill, Valentina, Dr. Jekyll, and Deluxe includes 2 pilots and a scientist and an engineer. They're going to head to Mun Station. All right. I think this is all set. I think this is all set. Let's just make sure that these are full. They're not. Okay, so we'll... You know what? Let's get these folks down to the surface first. I'm doing too many things at the same time. What else is new? Too many things at the same time. So here is the KSC. So we're just going to come around. There is the Boomerang launch site. I like to always start my descent burns just in the same spot. And this Boomerang... Oh, wait a second. I have an SOI change to deal with. Okay. Okay, let's jump to ship. Let's deal with that. I do have a new orbital station about the moon. It is still there. So that's it just needs a few more components. Okay, delete and close. But first of all, this fella is going to cross into the moon's SOI. So we'll do that. Oh no, you'll be seeing my Mun Station soon enough. That's where this thing's heading. And that's where my crew is heading. And that should finish off this new orbital station about the moon contract. Oh, I think I'm in the moon's SOI. I am. Okay. So what we want to do, I think this is all set up pretty good. So we're just going to put a burn here. And get our capture. And I can see the encounter indicator going round and round and round. And I want to get this orbit as low as it can get and still get an encounter. And I think it's going to be that one. I'll try one more. Oh, I might be able to get one more. Oh, look at that. Nice. Because the lower you can get this, the lower your encounter speed is, which is nice. Too far. Okay, I saw 0.1 kilometers, more than happy with that. So that burn's coming up in an hour and 29 minutes. We'll do an orbit, rendezvous with the station. My inclination's the way around it is. Okay, so let's set up an alarm for that. Because we're going to want to come back. This is going to be for the maneuver. Give me 5 minutes warning. Add that alarm. Okay. Back to... Whew. Lots of jumping around. So I got an hour and 29 minutes to get the one crew down to the surface. And get my moon crew on their way out here. So one thing at a time. First you. Switch to. I'm finding re-entry a lot of fun. I really am. It's more fun than I thought it was going to be. It is a space sim, but there is a nice campaign mode. There are historical missions. I'm the kind of person that I don't do well in sandbox games. So having this sort of very clear objectives all the time. Yeah, we missed our launch windows or our descent. Retrograde burn. But having like little missions to do and all that stuff, I'm finding it a lot of fun. Other people... I don't know. Your mileage may vary, but I do appreciate the effort that's gone into it. And again, I have, I think, 7 streams. So you can check it out yourself if you want. But right now... Oh, I have trajectories now. Oh, I've been getting really bad at hitting the water. Now I have trajectories. So I got trajectories here. So it's going to show me a trajectory. Oh, I don't have an engine, do I? How about we activate that engine? No more guesswork for me. No more roly pods landing on the sides of hills or anything like that. So trajectories. Nope, a little bit more. Now, this isn't quite accurate. In fact, I think it's overestimating right now. And the reason for that is because it thinks this whole thing is going down, but of course it's only the little pod, and we're going to be shedding a lot of mass in just a little bit. So we'll see. So free, just exposing solar panels a little bit. So note where this little X is and where the prediction is going to be, and I'll do the staging, and then we'll see. Yep, retrograde is right, and we'll see if where it updates to. So I'm just gonna down to here. Okay, and we are so in the dark. Don't I have lights? Not really. Okay. Oh, there are some lights, but they're going funky. Okay, let's just stage. There we go. And now I have no attitude control at all. And now you can see, oh, the trajectory's maybe a little shorter now, but not much. Not much. Sorry for how dark it is. Something's gone. There's lights a-blinking, but they're not very bright for whatever reason. Okay, I'm going to turn the trajectory off. Don't need it anymore. It just uses up CPU. Let's see if I can turn up the brightness a little bit. I don't like to turn this up too much because it gets... what's the word I was going to use? I find the light gets very flat. But even though I have no attitude control now, don't let the reaction, the RCS blocks here fool you. All the monoprop went with that little surface module that I just got rid of. Oh, it's not too bad now. But it still orients itself, you know, this end down. You don't think it changed? You think it's... Oh, but you didn't see any change when I changed the lighting? I switched to streaming mode. It makes a very slight change. I can show this. But I can turn this right up like that. But I find that for me that looks like super flat. There's the KSC going by underneath us. And YouTube always renders it darker than what I am seeing. So it's really hard for me to guess where's a good place to put that. Now, of course, you got all the Firefly re-entry effects, so... Okay, so this should polish off these 3 rescue contracts. As long as I put the right 3 Kerbals down here, I did. Go. And I also, upon recovery, want to make a quick drop-by mission control and see if there aren't any moon surfacey type of contracts that would be easy to get now that I'm on my way down to the surface. Try the camera tools. I've definitely worked with camera tools. They're awesome. They're great for making videos with, but I don't have it installed right now. Where do you get your mods? Pretty much everything here except for a couple of mods are installed using CCAN. The main exception to that is the BlackRack's volumetric clouds mod, which is still, I think, just available to his Patreon subscribers. But I mean, in my mind, you can sign up to his Patreon, $5, download it, and it's yours. You don't get updates after that, but it's a worthwhile $5 as far as I'm concerned to get those lovely clouds. Or you can wait for Kitten Space Agency because he's working on the atmospherics and that too. So, if you really like seeing the clouds that you're seeing in this game, even though that one was pretty dark, Kitten Space Agency is going to be that or better. Alright. So again, that should be, boom, parts. There are our Kerbals rescued. There are our contracts complete, and money, and we are in one of KSC's many thunderstorms. There are those 3 contracts. So we got this moon contract to do, but I just want to jump into mission control and just look to see. I don't want to do that. I'm just looking for anything involved with the moon. Conduct observational surveys, crew report, space above. Those are pretty easy to do with a space station. Just gotta wait for the space station to come across those points. Why not? Why not? Let's grab that. I gotta be a little careful. Oh no, I got lots of empty spots. Rescue. No, I could do a rescue. Test that. Gather surface deployed mystery goo observation science from the surface of the moon. I happen to have one of those on the lander right now. So that's exciting. Okay. I'm happy with that. Grab a couple more contracts. I do, by the way, have a contract to explore Eve. I'm waiting on unlocking some new antennas. I don't have anything but the really basic antennas right now. So hopefully science is coming. And we can start. I hope people don't mind, but now that I've rescued these people, I'm comfortable now with getting rid of their debris. And the Cabot's debris, wherever that is. Is that him there? That is. He's around the moon. Cabot's debris. Trash that. And there should be someone on the surface. Is MP Offshore's craft. I can trash that too. Those are the people we rescued. I'm just gonna terminate those, but right now, back to Kerbin. I have no idea what this is. Oh, that I know what that is. We'll ignore that. That's the old Kegel that didn't manage to burn up in the atmosphere, even though its periapsis. Yeah, its periapsis isn't low enough. Shoot. Oh, that's something for another day. You know what? Let's delete it. If I wrote it, you know what? Maybe I'll leave it as a show. Maybe we'll watch it just get destroyed. But right now, back to Kerbin Station we go. Let's get some more. Let's get our crew to the moon. Okay, so our crew should be in the Cerberus 2. That's the vessel I built new. And we should have Valentina and Bill. Yes, and we have Dr. Jekyll and Deluxe. Excellent. We need to fill up her tanks so we can get ourselves to the moon. And we're going to go to the moon like now. Right now. No waiting around. No nothing. I got a big tank of fuel down here. Won't last too long, but it'll hopefully last a little while longer. Poor Lemmet. I've left Lemmet on this station. I think he's just constantly being the odd person out. Shoot, I just realized it's still going. Lemmet's constantly been the odd person out on these missions. So sorry, Lemmet. I also have the uncomfortable situation where I have 5 Kerbals here. This is because of rescues. And this craft, only one craft that can only carry 3 of them. So if all of a sudden I had to, for some reason, evacuate the station, I only have the ability to evacuate... Oh, shoot, I went the wrong way. That was dumb. Stop, stop, out, out. Oh no, it's all good. Never mind. There we go, there we go, there we go. We'll check the monopropellants. They are in here. And over here, not too much missing. And we'll steal them from like here. Out. Okay. Boom. And let's undock this. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What is the best geostationary orbit for Kerbin and the moon? I don't think... For the moon, there is only one geostationary orbit. It's like You can look it up on the KSP wiki. It's 2,800 and something kilometers. That's the orbit it has to be. You just need to go up into that orbit, and that's that. I don't think you can get a I could be wrong, but I don't think you can get a geostationary orbit of the moon, because I think the altitude that would be required is outside the moon's SOI. Okay, here we go. We're gonna ignore that. Let's just do this way. Yeah. Okay, off to the moon we go. Oh, and toggle torque. So, yeah, we got our crew. Everything should be good. Is there any cargo aboard this thing? There shouldn't be. No. Okay, let's go. Actually, I'll keep the station so I can see it. Where's the moon? Focus the view on the moon. Or set as a target. Let's do this quick. I really do want to get onto the surface here. "26 minutes till that other maneuver." So what we're aiming for is this station. Now, if you look, I am launching at the wrong time. If I wait maybe about a day and a half, 2 days, maybe closer to 2 days, I'll be at the appropriate launch window that this trajectory will be right along the station's plane of the station's orbit. But you know what? I'm going to do something a little different. I hope people don't mind. Come back a bit. I'm going to do something different and let people see what they think. First, I do want to get this at the most efficient place. Oops. So I'm bring that down as low as it'll go. That is about as low as it goes. Back it off. And what I want to do is I'm going to ignore kind of the PE that's here. I want to put this trajectory so it is just, now it's getting me some contact with the moon, but we'll fix that when we get there. I want this trajectory to be just touching this orbit here. We have a dangerously low PE, but if everything goes right, that will never become an issue. And we're going to try and see if we can efficiently do this plane change. We got a lot of fuel on this ship, 2,186 meters per second. It's got the Delta V for it easy. And then I don't have to wait because I'm in a hurry. Life is about being in a hurry. All right, let's back to here. We're going to do this burn. It is a 1 minute and 37 second burn. Wow. That's okay. Let's see. So the burn's here. So I'm going to time warp until I'm on the opposite side of Kerbin. And then we're going to do a little bit of an avoidance maneuver so I don't have to worry about running into the station when I do the burn. So this is a prograde burn. So all I got to do is point this prograde. Oh boy. Oh no, it looks like we're going to miss the station. Wait, prograde means I want to be ahead of it. No, I got to go retrograde, do the opposite. Silly Billy. Which actually always ends up being the maneuver. That works. Oh, this is good. And then I'm not heading towards it at all. Right? That will speed me up, which will get me ahead of the state. Yes. So this will just lower my orbit just a little bit, which will speed me up, which will get me to be ahead of the station by the time we get to the maneuver. That's the theory anyway. And then that way I can burn prograde without worrying about the station should drift behind me. There it goes. Using a little orbital mechanics to my advantage. See, and now the station's behind me and I don't have to worry about running into it. Am I going to continue the contract guides? No, that I've made a decision. This was early last fall to really just stick to just doing live streams. Since pretty much September of last year, the only thing I've been doing are live streams. I've kind of put studio videos aside. Oh, and the odd short. That was just a life balance choice I made. So for people that are really enjoying the videos, I am sorry, but I have made a decision. Now, I never like to say never, because never's a long time, but I definitely do not have any plans in any time close to the immediate future to be making any more studio videos. So that's just what it is. So sorry about that if you're a big fan of those tutorial series. There we go. But I think I covered, like, I mean, I haven't gone through every possible contract, that's for sure, but I definitely think I've covered the all the basic skills that are involved in doing pretty much anything in that game, or in this game. All right, on our way to the moon. You guys should all be more excited than this. There we go. Deluxe is getting into it. There, they're getting happier now. Let's put our view on the moon here. Oh, I'm about to get an alarm for that maneuver. See that? Okay, we're going to just close that. That's... Remember, I gave myself 5 minutes warning, so that's not a big deal. We're almost done this burn. And then we definitely have to jump out to our other vessel there. Because it is... it needs to have a capture about the moon, our lander. Earlier in this stream. So the idea of this I just finished this off with RCS is just to have the trajectory and get this right over the North Pole. Just touching this orbit. That's the whole goal. Yes, I'm into the surface there a little bit, which I suppose is a little scary. I don't think NASA would do this, but, you know, that's what it is. But these folks are on their way. We'll set an alarm. Create an alarm for... Let's put you over here. So you're out of the way. For the SOI change. 5 minutes warning again. Say add that alarm. Okay, let's jump to that maneuver. Yeah, I would not call KSA KSP3. That is for sure. It is spiritual successor, I agree, is the best term, but I don't even think it's necessarily a positive thing. Even if the KSP license became available to the people making KSA, I'm not convinced it's even a positive thing for them to get involved with. The KSP 2's left a pretty bad taste in people's mouths. So I wouldn't call anything KSP 3. You know, it's a twice bitten or once bitten, twice shy type of situation for people. All right, we've got to put this on here. Get ready to do this burn. Now remember, this is setting up an encounter with Mun Station. We're going to be jumping between vessels. Actually, we'll probably be able to get this whole encounter in before I have to go back, I think. Is this full throttle still? It is not. 55 seconds. Wow. 8 seconds, a little on the short side. There we go. That feels better. You know what? Oh, I can't lock. I was about to say, let's just lock it on retrograde, but I can't. That's not an option. Oh, I still want better probe bodies. Soon. Soon, I promise. Okay, 2, 1, and go. Okay, and I'm really looking at this encounter distance over on the far left. Should be able to get that pretty low. Oh, I overdid it. Back off with some RCS. Okay, there we go. 121 meters. It seems to be bugging in and out a little bit for some reason. I'm not sure why. We'll arrange this for solar panel purposes. There seems about right. And that's coming up in 54 minutes, so let's go. So just in case, because it was a while ago I set this up, so just to get people seeing what's going on. Here is our lander, here's our station. We're going to come around and do this one lazy orbit. In the meantime, the station's going to go around a couple of times and we'll meet up where those encounter indicators are. See how that works? A little bit buggy. I'm not quite sure what's causing it to bug in and out a bit. But these encounter indicators can often be really buggy. Oh, there's our station. I can see it. It's off to the side because of a bit of an inclination difference that we have, but that's okay. Okay, let's so we're coming at it a bit sideways. But no worries on that front. Ourselves closer still. I'm not sure which way. Oh, that's making it a smaller distance, so I'll burn a bit that way. .30-meter separation. Let's knock off a bit of this speed. Oh, we can get ourselves closer still. If you have no trouble holding the time too, then you can get yourself closer. Okay. See if I can get it to hold at about 35 seconds while I knock off speed. 34, a little more throttle. Oh, it went back up to 35. Station's now coming into view. I'm trying to remember what it looks like myself. It's been a little while. I do know that there is a very large fuel can on it. See all the fuel here. A lot of that is liquid fuel. There's not a balance between liquid fuel and oxidizer, but there certainly is enough oxidizer to refuel the landing or the lander a few times. And what I'm hoping is to get enough tech at some point to be able to do some resource harvesting and just make the resources I need, rather than depending on bringing this all up from Kerbin. But, you know, that's one step at a time for sure. Okay, let's see. Let's get over to the station here. There we come. So where would be the best docking port? Man, I guess right here is our docking port. Okay. Set that as a target. Control from here. Oops. Okay, I'm going to do the same trick. So you take a look at this. I've forgotten which one. Oh yeah, control from here. And then you can see, so we're at a little past 270 and a pitch of 45 degrees. Then back to here, we go the opposite of 270, which would be 90. And a pitch of negative 45 degrees. And we should have these pretty lined up. In theory. No, I think I gotta be more this way. That's looking a little better. Oh yeah, a little past 90. I had 45 on the head. I'm hopefully heading in the right direction. I feel like I'm going pretty fast. Oh, I hit the station. We scratched the paint, everybody. We scratched the paint. Let's back away. I didn't realize it was as close as I was. Again, turn the... No, put it in orbit view. You know, I should know these things. And then turn this so that north is above you. And you should now have the controls match the screen. There we go. Go sideways. Okay, now I can see my target icon now. So sorry about that. A little bit of a clonk. A little bit of a clonk. You can see I need to come down this way. Probably this has moved a little bit. So it's right at 270 and 45, so this should be right at 90 and negative 45. That should be lined up. Forward. I should be ready to toggle some torques, but I'm actually a little bit asleep at the switch. Let's worry about this first. Come on, snuggle in there. There you go. Okay. And I should toggle some torques real quick. There's reaction wheels hiding around on this thing. Aren't there? There should be. Small inline reaction wheels, but really there isn't a big set of reaction wheels on this big monstrosity. Is this just a dummy stage? Looks like it. Okay. So you know what? I think I'll take this with me when I go to do my descent. Alright, this is here. It seems to be stable. So now if we take a look, we can do a little bit of a... This is my station, right? So the two things that are still white here are the seats for 11 Kerbals, and if you count, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's 4 coming. Oh no, 7, 8. There's 2 that can fit in there, so that's 8, and then there's 4 coming in the Cerberus, so that puts it up to 12. So that should satisfy that. And have 2 pilots. There are 2 pilots on the Cerberus, so that should be satisfied with that too. So let's get ourselves to the Cerberus. Here, close that. Move that over here. This can be deleted, and we can switch to that. There we go. Ah, Bo Chicka Honk Honk. Yes, I'm glad you're able to make it to the stream. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're waiting for our SOI change. So there's the moon there. Let's just time warp to that. That's just the alarm. I don't think we're there yet. Nope, got a little further to go. You can always tell the time warp goes down to 4 when you're about to cross, and then you'll see the nav ball jump. There it goes, and now we're in the moon's SOI. So again, what we need to do is get ourselves a capture. Let's focus this on the moon. So the idea here is I need to make the plane change, and one thing and I want to make the burn right here. This is why I had those 2 orbits touching there. I want to make the burn right here, so I'm going to just do some retrograde, and in order to not crash into the planet, we're going to also pull radially out. That brings the periapsis out of the planet. We'll deal with that in a second. Now I could, if I wanted to, where's my station? Let's set that as a target. It's coming around this way, so I'd have to burn radius. I could deal with the normal component right here, but because I'll be moving so fast that this normal component actually is a lot. This gets really expensive really fast. The cheaper thing to do, and I did do the math on this, let's just delete that normal component, is to leave that periapsis up very high. So that means a lot more, whoops, not so high that it's out of the SOI, like that. Come on, there we go. Leave that apoapsis, I'm sorry, very high, and the higher you can put this AN, the slower your vessel will be going, and the cheaper that plane change will be. And I can push this AN out to where the apoapsis is by using the radial. See how that sort of just twists the whole orbit, but you see how the AN is moving its way out there? And yes, this is adding to my capture a little bit, but it is also going to make, now I got to give some radial, bring that apoapsis back in. It is also going to make this plane change out here a lot cheaper. So this is just a lot of retrograde and a lot of radial until the AN is at the AP. So just like that. And that should also, while I'm doing that, also safely, it also dragged, by the way, my PE to where, right here. So now my whole orbit is safely above the surface of the moon. And so that's about it. So I think I'm just going to leave this. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Let's just make, yeah, I want to get the AN right on it. So we'll do a little bit of fine tweaking. Let's see if I can do this. No, I do need to use the radial. Other way. If your AP is getting too high, you just, I like it. I like it a lot. And now I can do a relatively cheap plane change way out here. But the first thing I got to do is this burn here. So the cheapest thing to do would have been wait for the appropriate transfer window so you come in the right plane in the first place. But this is not a bad alternative. And you can see it's not that expensive, 245 meters per second. For the capture. Now I still got to bring my apoapsis down eventually, which is going to add a little bit more, but It's not ridiculously expensive. Okay, is this set to... Yes, it is. Okay, let's get down there. Let's get down there. Put this on free because it always looks better on free. And Valentina, being a 2-star pilot, has lock to things, but she does not have lock to the maneuver node. So you can see, oh, we're doing 2 of these now. By the way, there was a short I just dropped yesterday of me just doing exactly this, which is what made me think I should do this for the stream. But now you see it. Again, just like that thing I did around Kerbin. I'm like pointing straight up. Kerbin, we were pointing straight down, but here we're pointing straight up. Looks like we're going to just blast our way away from the moon, but of course gravity is going to keep us nice, and as well as our own momentum is keeping us close by. Just fixing up that orbit. Okay. What program do I use to display the chat? I'll get to that in just a moment, because I got 10 seconds. 10 seconds to my burn. I think that's going to take priority. Boom. The program I use for the chat, my OBS is called Streamlabs OBS. And it has a tool for displaying the chat onto the screen like it does. Which I kind of got into the habit of doing when I started doing clips of all the streams, and I realized that, of course, the chat doesn't go with the clips, and sometimes I'm responding to things in the chat in those clips, and it gets a little confusing, but now I kind of just like it. Okay, again, just burning this as quick. Oh, actually, why don't I just look out here, dopey dope, so you can see what's going on. Just like so. Okay. And yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. I think. But now what we got to do is make this big, ginormous. How much of a plane change do we got? We have a 90.5 degree plane change we have to make. So that's going to be obviously out here at the AN. But even though it's about as not quite as big a plane change as you can get, it is a healthy one. Which way do I gotta go? I'm honestly not 100% sure. That's making it worse, so clearly it's the other way. Like that. And then I gotta put in some retrograde, which always happens with plane changes. And, which way again? This way, yep, and this way. And I want to keep my PE down there, but you can see like 107 meters per second is around where I'm at. There we go. So I want to keep the PE and the DN relatively. I gotta start. Just do it this way. Actually, yeah, there, and get the. So I want that inclination difference close to 0. And it's not crucial to get it right down to 0 by any stretch of the imagination, but I want to anyway. And if you can't get it to 0, that just means that your node is not right on the AN out here, and you just adjust it with timing, but I'm pretty happy with that. I realized as well I also could have set that AP so that actually I would be getting an encounter here, but I didn't do that, so we'll have to do that as a separate burn. But that's okay. That's okay. Again, just set this for solar panel. Oh no, we are in a, just do this. We're still in a roughly equatorial orbit. There. Nice and high. And the whole key why this is cheaper for those people that don't know is because look how low, oh, that's on target. Look how low my orbital velocity is. If that orbital velocity is really low, that means that it's not that cheap to make the plane change. If your orbital velocity is very high, like it is when you're down there close to the planet, whipping by at periapsis, then your plane change is going to be really expensive. I like how we have the nice Kerbin in the moon there like that. Looks pretty. I'm just gonna go. I start early and go to half throttle. Oh, whoa, whoa! What was I on? Did I do that? I did that. What a dope. Okay. There's probably people in the chat saying, "Why are you on retrograde?" Because I ain't got no brain, rather than on the maneuver node. I don't know. I can't explain what I do sometimes, but I think I've fixed it. People saying, I'll go to the target. Yeah. I was too busy yammering. Okay, here we can. I think it's okay. Get rid of this. It's okay. Okay, I'm going to put... Nah, I'm happy with it. Just playing with stuff. I mean, this... I was going to put the AN on it, but it's like so close to 0, it doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to put a maneuver here. And this is for our rendezvous. Notice that the encounter indicators are not moving. So that just means I'm ahead of my PE rather than behind it. You fix that by just putting this on 1 second intervals and just jumping. There, I think it just jumped there. And now they should be moving. Yeah. So can I get... I don't think I'm going to get another one in. No, I'm not. Very much the same thing as what you just saw with the station. Get as close an encounter as I can. 5, 4, oh, 0.4. That's good enough. Okay. RCS off. Arrange this for solar panels. Is it full? It is at full. Okay. Got everything moving in different directions, it feels like. This time it should be pretty much a retrograde burn. I don't know what I was thinking about last time. You know, I can probably just keep it on retrograde. It's be fine. Three and 2 and 1 and go. I think I overcooked it just a bit. I did. Back off with some RCS. 432, that's probably as good as I'm going to get it. Yes, it is. So that's that. That's that. That's that. And we're going to be there in 1 hour. Wow. Still a long ways off. It's lining up with the galaxy here, so I'm perpendicular to it. That's for the solar panels. So same deal you saw before. We're going to go out, do this lazy orbit. Station's going to go around a couple times. Oh, we're going this way. Now, one thing is for, whoops, I'm looking at the wrong one. This one. For these 11 seats, one of the requirements of this contract is that all the components that make up this moon base are new. And this Cerberus 2 was built after I accepted this contract, but it did dock with the station. And I worry a bit sometimes that that might have borked off. Maybe it's not flagged as a new vessel anymore because it did dock with an old vessel at Kerbin Station. But if that turns out to be the case, I'm going to give myself permission to use the cheat menu to satisfy this contract anyway. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll just satisfy naturally. Oh, those are those. Yeah, I know what those are. Should be seeing the station coming up here. Yep. I love orbital mechanics. Here it is below us. About a minute and a half away. Let's see if we can shed a little velocity here. Also close this distance down at the same time. And I'll tell you, one of the things I'm definitely going to do is, once I have the science, I think I am going to do that because people have been bugging me about it. This Eve flyby mission. Not with a Kerbal, but, you know, with a probe. And get some interplanetary stuff happening, at least a little bit. Oh, now they're all excited. They know they're close. I'm just going to try and hold this time at a constant. Or maybe just have it go up a little bit as we shed velocity. Oh, starting to climb a lot, so I'm just going to stop. The 4,000 units of liquid fuel is not green because it's just looking, I think, at this vessel. It was green before for sure. So it's looking at this vessel and saying, look, see, you got your 2 pilots, you got the maintain, you know, an orbit about the moon and all that, but I just don't, you know, but once I dock here, I should have the 4,000 units of liquid fuel and the seats for 11 Kerbals. And hopefully, well, like I said, if it doesn't satisfy naturally, I'm going to force the issue through the cheat menu. Because I've done it. No, we're coming up underneath it. Okay, I'm just gonna whoops. I don't know what happened there. This got really messed up. My intersect. Clearly coming at it quick though. Okay, slow down. Oh, there's a docking port staring me right in the face. I just noticed that. Slow, whoa. Right there, look at you. Look at you. Set that as a target, baby. Okay, spin around. I didn't even know there was a docking port down there, but I'm going to take advantage of it, I tells ya. Oh, that doesn't quite work. I thought I would be... Ah, shoot. Okay, slow down. This way? Is that lined up? Get ready to toggle the torque. And we're looking to see if that... Am I lined up? That's the question. This might be close enough. Oh, shoot. I hit M instead of N. Ah, come back. Come back. This way. Okay. There we are. Toggle that torque. And it went green. No reason to cheat. Everything's good. All right. Awesome. We got all the requirements there. That's a big chunk of cash for me. But I think more importantly, I now have like a whole ton of fuel. There's fuel, a lot of liquid fuel and oxidizer in there. A lot of extra liquid fuel in here. We have all kinds of potential to... actually, there's still stuff sitting in... Oh, wait. Is this empty? No, it's not. But there's stuff even sitting there. But you know what I'm going to do is... I think what I'm going to do is get myself down to the surface. So I'm going to put down an engineer. So that's going to be Bill. So transfer. Transfer crew. Why does it have to go down there? Transfer crew. That's not... Are you in here, Bill? Hang on here a second. Shut down this engine. There's Bill. We're going to put Bill up into our lander. And we're going to pick one of our scientists. Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll's going up into the lander. So you... Transfer crew. Dr. Jekyll going into the lander. So we got a scientist. We have an engineer. We should do some... Just getting rid of these parachutes. Oh, look at the light stands and crap I have. Well, one thing at a time. Take our parachutes away. Do I have the EVA science experiment kit? I should. Please tell me I brought one. Oh, maybe I don't have it unlocked yet. Okay, I must not have the EVA science experiment kit unlocked yet. Okay, that's fine. But what we will do... Just bring down one of these light stands. Maybe this one too. I thought I had the EVA science experiment kit, but maybe not. I think I would have thought of it. Okay. And we're going to bring this down. We're going to land before this stream is done. We got 10 minutes. Let's do it. A little over 10 minutes. Let's do it. So what we're going to do is take a look at the EVA Moon landings. I have been on the moon. I know I have. I've had Kerbals on the moon. I can prove it. I just don't want to land in a biome that I've already been in. That's all. But I'm sure I've got flags down on the surface. Yeah, sure. There. You see? Got a whole little pin cushions of flags. So I do want to land somewhere where I've not landed before. Ooh, I'm noticing I'm right along the Terminator. Oh, we're going to go for this. This is the, what do you call that? Polar crater? I like that idea. I don't know why it's not showing with X Science where I have EVA. Do I need to just type in, let's clear this, Moon landed EVA. Whatever. I'm sure. Thought X Science should tell me. It says I have no science, but I know I do. It's just, it's confused. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to land here. We're going to go for that. Is the science stuck in Kerbin Station? I'm not sure what science... Oh, was there science that came back? There probably is. You're right. There probably is science stuck on Kerbin Station. I honestly have lost track of all of that. I should go take a look. There probably is. But that's not happening now. But thank you. I probably did leave science just stuck on... I completely forgot that I did have science. But right now we're going to land down here and end this stream. That's the goal. All right. So, let's undock. Let's see if we can do this thing. So I'm going to take advantage of this stage, which still has 286 meters per second delta V left in it. And, yeah. Oh, toggle torque. I know there's this. There has to be reaction. Oh, wait, I think I just turned it off. Nope, it says normal, and those are reaction wheels. Toggle that torque. Running, there we go. Running, okay, now we're good. Just gonna move away from the station a little bit. All right, and I really feel like quick saving, but of course I cannot. See, this seems to know where I've been. Oh, now it's saying where I've been. Maybe that's the key. Maybe open up a little short thing first. But now it's showing where I've landed before. Okay. Don't worry about that now. Okay, retrograde. I should be well clear of the station by now. Oh yeah, I don't even see where the station is. That's pretty good. I'm noticing I still have the station as a... Put up that other HUD. I don't know why I have the station selected still as a target. I'm trying just to get rid of that. Set target. There, now the target's gone away. Okay, that was annoying. Sorry, that was just annoying me. Let's put this on surface, this on ground. Roll up. See blue up. And we're going for, I believe, this is a polar crater. Have I ever used raster prop monitor? I have certainly, yeah, I most definitely have. It's a very good mod. But I honestly found myself not using it so much because I actually, although it's fun to do stuff from inside the cockpit a little bit, but then I find I get bored of it. I much prefer to be out here. So I find I end up not using it after I've used it for a bit. Okay, we should be coming up over the crater pretty soon, and then I think I'm just going to look for a nice flattish area. And we're gonna do this thing. You know what? We're not going to do any contracts yet, so I think this is it here coming up. Again, maybe my little more this way. Yeah, Polar Crater. I saw it. Midlands now again, but... Oh, am I? I'm on... Okay. Thought I was on. Okay, so I'm going to be losing this stage pretty soon. Sort of pushing more. It just looks a little flatter over this way. You know what I also have? Oh, might be a little late to get it up, but I also have the little target icon I can put it on with. I'm just going to leave with this. Leave it the way it is right now. I should have tons of fuel because I'm using this fuel in this stage, which, you know, I budgeted not even having that fuel. The Kerbal engineer has a little target icon I could put down. Oh, I'm done. There it goes. Move that off to the side a little bit. Go away. Okay, where are we here? I got a lot of speed to kill off. Let's start doing that. Got a fair amount of altitude, so I think I'm okay. I just need to... I'll kind of come down in here. That shows you not too far off the surface. Got a funny little rendering circle expanding around us. Okay, the shadow's coming from the side, so... Okay, we got 100 meters. Always a little tense. Just taking it cautious like. Stay up, stay up, stay up. All right, I think we're good. I think we're down. Let's just take the SAS off just for a moment. See if it just sits here nice and quiet like. It certainly does. Okay, so we are sitting down here on the surface. We have a ton of science to do because we've never been in this biome before. Oh, look at that view. That's just gorgeous. Kerbin and the sun right there. We should probably act quickly because not only does it look like the sun is setting, but also as the moon moves, we're coming out from underneath the orbit of our station, which we have to get back to. But I think I'm going to leave all of that for the next episode and maybe do a bit more as well. Try and maybe do multiple landings, collect some science. I will check Kerbin Station, make sure I didn't leave some science there. I'm pretty sure that I did. So that'll also be checked next week. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody who's watching this at a later date. Extra special thank you, of course, to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.